What if Rin had joined Shidou during the second selection arc? Rin and Shidou have been an iconic duo for PXG Squad in the Neo-Egoist League, and have played a massive role in their success, even though they still lost to Isagi's thick plot armor. Does Isagi really have plot armor? Anyways, we know that Rin and Shidou met during the U20 arc, and it was quite obvious from the beginning that these two cannot get along. Why? Both of them are polar opposites. Rin and Shidou differ primarily in mindset and approach. Rin is a cold, calculated genius who values control and precision, playing with strategic intent to surpass his brother and dominate through structure. In contrast, Shidou is a chaotic, instinct-driven monster who plays for the pure thrill of scoring, thriving on destruction, unpredictability, and raw physical aggression. With this, let's talk about what would happen if they come across each other during the second selection arc. But how would that actually happen? In the beginning of the second selection, the players are instructed to make their own teams of 3. Isagi and Bachira team up with Nagi, just like the original timeline. Rin, on the other hand, teams up with Tokimitsu and Ryu as well. And the original timeline, we don't know who Shidou teams up with, but it was most probably Igarashi and some other random dude who was a loner just like you guys. Anyway, in the original timeline, Rin and his team go up against Isagi and the others. However, in this timeline, they will come across Shidou, who is curious about Rin since he is the #1 player in Blue Lock. He challenges him and Rin accepts it since he just wants to leave the place. With this, the match begins. Shidou was one of the last people to clear the stage, so the time he clears it would play a huge role in this scenario happening. At the beginning of the match, Rin, Ryu, and Tokimitsu see Shidou as nothing more than a stepping stone who just randomly challenges them. Rin assumes that someone as undisciplined as Shidou can easily be shut down with tight marking and control of the midfield. Ryu and Tokimitsu are also confident that they will win the match with Rin alongside them. With Igarashi and the random third player on Shidou's team, Rin's side expects a quick and clean win. This match could go either way, with Rin most likely winning, but let's spice things up. The match starts with Rin taking control of the pace. His passes are sharp, calculated, and smooth. He quickly finds Ryu on the wing, and they work together to get an early goal. Rin's playstyle dominates the field, and for a while, everything goes as planned as they manage to score another goal and lead the scoring 2-0. But things start to shift when Shidou suddenly bursts into life. Without warning, he crashes through the defense with raw strength and insane speed, scoring a goal from a tight angle that none of them expected. The shot is so fast that even Rin's reaction is a second too slow. From that point on, Shidou begins overwhelming Rin and his useless teammates. His movements are wild, but effective, and his ability to create goals out of chaos begins to throw Rin's strategy into disarray. Tokimitsu, overwhelmed by Shidou's aggression, starts to back off more and more. Ryu tries to hold his ground, but can't match Shidou's physicality in one-on-one battles. Igarashi and the third player don't contribute much tactically, but Igarashi's lucky deflections and interceptions slow down Rin's rhythm just enough to matter. He even gets a free kick off Rin, who fouls him in frustration, and Shidou banks it into the back of the net, making the score 2-2. Rin tries to adapt, switching tactics and trying to isolate Shidou, but nothing works for long. Every time they think they've closed him down, Shidou finds a new way to break free and force a goal-scoring chance. His unpredictability becomes the biggest threat. He doesn't follow any logical system, and that makes him nearly impossible to read. Rin, who thrives on control, starts to lose his grip on the game. As the score evens out, Rin begins to realize that Shidou isn't just a brute. He's a natural-born striker, someone who doesn't need a system because he is the system. In the final minutes of the match, Shidou receives a wild pass and charges forward alone. He barges through Tokimitsu, Ryu, and smashes the ball past Rin's last effort to stop him. The match ends with Shidou's team winning. Rin stands still, stunned. What was supposed to be an easy win turned into a defeat at the hands of a striker he had completely dismissed. Now, it is time for Shidou to pick a player from the opponents, and as much as it annoys him, he decides to pick Rin because he gives him that adrenaline and that drive to score more goals. He believes that playing with Rin will make football even more interesting for him, while Rin is not interested in any of his garbage. Now, their team is set. Rin, Shidou, Igarashi, and the same random player from before. The new match begins against a strong team: Isagi, Nagi, Bachira, and Shigiri. All 4 of them have great chemistry and already won their first match with smart teamwork and strong individual plays. From the start, the difference in teamwork is clear. Isagi's team moves as one. Nagi controls the ball calmly, Bachira dribbles through defenders with ease, and Shigiri uses his speed to break through the defense. Isagi reads everything perfectly, always in the right place. On the other side, Rin and Shidou struggle to work together. Rin tries to stick to his plan, while Shidou keeps doing his own thing. They fight for the ball, interrupt each other, and waste chances. Igarashi can't keep up, and things quickly fall apart. Even with their individual talent, Rin and Shidou's team can't match the flow of Isagi's side. The random player, trying his best to fill the gaps, ends up making several key plays. He steals the ball once from Bachira, stops Shigiri's run with a smart tackle, and even creates a decent scoring chance. While Rin and Shidou argue and clash, the random player quietly becomes the most reliable one on their team. In the end, Isagi's team wins, but with some difficulty. Their teamwork, positioning, and sharp attacks are too much. After the match, it's time to pick one player. Everyone expects Isagi to choose Rin or Shidou, but instead, he points to the random player. "You were the most balanced and aware. You'll help us move forward." Rin knows that he had made a huge mistake, and if things continue like this, they will get eliminated. His ego is truly shattered. This is where things take a turn. After the loss, Rin finally accepts a hard truth. Shidou isn't going to change. He's wild, unpredictable, and plays only for himself. But instead of trying to force control like before, Rin decides to adjust. He stops trying to direct every play and instead focuses on reading Shidou's chaos, positioning himself where he can turn Shidou's wild moves into actual team advantage. This small shift changes everything. In their next match, they face a team made up of Kunigami, Ryo, and one random player. From the start, Shidou is in full beast mode, scoring from insane angles, bulldozing defenders, and yelling things like, "Get out of my way, I'm hungry." Rin stays calm, quietly coordinating the team around Shidou's chaos. Being calm allows him to score some goals as well. Ryo, on the other hand, feels completely helpless as he doesn't know what to do against these monsters. At one point, Kunigami charges in with a full power kick, only for Shidou to block it with his face, laugh, and counter with a bicycle kick goal. Just like that, Kunigami's ego gets KO'd harder than his shot. Guess history repeats itself. Kunigami gets eliminated again, this time with an extra help of Shidou trauma. After the win, Rin picks Ryo to join them. Ryo's versatility and passing ability are exactly what the team needs right now that Rin is playing smarter and Shidou is still being Shidou. With Ryo's balance, Rin's brain, and Shidou's raw firepower, the team starts shaping up into something truly dangerous. With Rin, Shidou, Ryo, Igarashi, and the random player forming a surprisingly well-balanced squad, they breeze through the rest of their second selection matches. Shidou continues to dominate with his explosive goal scoring. Rin keeps adapting his playstyle to direct the chaos without trying to control it. Despite this, people just don't change that quickly, as Rin still gets angry over Shidou. But he calms himself. Shidou's presence doesn't hinder him from scoring goals himself, and as time passes, he starts dominating the matches and scoring more goals than Shidou. Igarashi, as always, gets carried just like I carry my teammates in Call of Duty, slipping past the finish line with little more than dumb luck and a knack for being in the right place at the right time. They qualified for the Japan U20 team without ever facing Isagi's squad again, as both sides had already secured their spots by the time they could have met. This version of Rin reaches the U20 match not just as a genius strategist, but as someone who's learned to let go of complete control. Teaming up with Shidou in the second selection forces Rin to face the limits of his rigid mindset. Instead of viewing football as a game of order and perfection, Rin begins to embrace unpredictability and raw talent, even if it clashes with his own ideals. This evolution doesn't weaken him, it makes him stronger. Rin still plays with intelligence and precision, but now he knows how to flow with chaos, when to bend, and when to take control. In the future, this growth will allow Rin to thrive in more dynamic and unstable environments, whether it's the high-pressure world of pro football or facing egos even stronger than Shidou's. By learning how to coexist with a player he once saw as incompatible, Rin becomes more than just a solo genius. He becomes a true leader, capable of driving a team forward without needing to control every piece on the board.